Chapter 11. Lost Days. As the door clicked shut behind the departing nurse, Alex's eyes flickered open, blinking away the haze of unconsciousness. Confusion clouded his mind as he took in his unfamiliar surroundings, the sterile white walls of the hospital room closing in around him. With a groan, he pushed himself upright, his muscles protesting the sudden movement. Glancing around, he spotted a desk nearby, a small pile of belongings resting upon it. Ignoring the dull ache in his head, Alex reached out and grabbed his phone, his fingers trembling slightly as he unlocked the screen. But as the display came to life, his breath caught in his throat. Notifications filled the screen, a barrage of missed calls and messages that seemed to stretch on endlessly. His heart pounded in his chest as he scrolled through them, his mind racing to catch up with the flood of information. And then, with a sinking feeling in the pit of his stomach, he checked the date on his phone. Thursday, it read in bold letters, the realization hitting him like a ton of bricks. 3 days, he thought to himself, disbelief and shock warring within him. 3 days since he had woken up in this hospital bed, with no memory of how he had gotten there or what had happened to him. 3 days lost to him, like a gaping hole in his memory that he couldn't begin to fill. As the weight of it all settled over him, Alex felt a surge of fear and uncertainty wash over him. What had happened to him during those lost days? And more importantly, what did it mean for his future? With a shaky breath, he tucked his phone back into his pocket, the weight of it pressing against him like a burden he couldn't shake. And as he sat there in the dim light of the hospital room, he knew that he had a long road ahead of him, filled with unanswered questions and untold dangers. But he also knew that he couldn't face it alone. Taking a deep breath to steady himself, Alex dialed his mom's number, his heart pounding in his chest as he waited for her to pick up. When she answered, her voice was filled with relief and concern. "Alex, you're awake," she exclaimed, her words a balm to his frazzled nerves. "I'm buying lunch right now. What do you want?" Grateful for her comforting presence, Alex replied, "Just something light, Mom. And a soda, please." As he ended the call, a sense of warmth and reassurance washed over him, reminding him that he wasn't alone in this ordeal. With his mom's love and support, he knew he could face whatever challenges lay ahead. As Alex's mom returned to the hospital room with lunch in hand, Alex couldn't help but feel a wave of gratitude wash over him. Her tight embrace and words of concern melted away the lingering tension that had gripped him since waking up in the hospital. "I'm so worried about you. I'm glad you're safe," she murmured, her voice thick with emotion as she held him close. Returning her embrace, Alex felt a surge of guilt gnaw at him, a nagging voice in the back of his mind urging him to confess the truth about his powers and the events that had led him to this hospital bed. But as he looked into his mom's eyes, filled with love and worry, he couldn't bring himself to burden her with the weight of his secrets. Instead, he plastered a smile on his face and replied, "I love you too, Mom. Thanks for being here." Together, they sat down to lunch, the simple act of sharing a meal bringing a sense of normalcy to the otherwise chaotic situation. As they ate, Alex couldn't help but marvel at the strength and resilience of his mom, who had been his rock through every trial and tribulation. For now, he pushed aside his worries and fears, content to bask in the warmth of his mom's presence and the simple joy of being together. But deep down, he knew that the challenges he faced were far from over, and that he would need to confront them head-on, no matter the cost. After their lunch together, the routine hospital procedures continued as a nurse came in to check on Alex's vitals and ensure that he was comfortable. With each passing hour, Alex's strength seemed to return, bolstered by the love and support of his mom by his side. It wasn't long before the doctor arrived, a reassuring presence in the midst of uncertainty. Addressing Alex's mom with a gentle smile, the doctor delivered the news they had been hoping for. "Your son is already in good condition," the doctor began, his tone calm and reassuring. "We're going to keep him here for just one more day, just to be on the safe side. But after that, he should be free to go home." Relief washed over Alex and his mom as they listened to the doctor's words, a weight lifting from their shoulders. With a grateful nod, Alex's mom thanked the doctor for his care and attention, her eyes shining with gratitude. Turning his attention to Alex, the doctor offered a few words of advice. "Make sure to get proper sleep and nutritious food," he said, his voice gentle but firm. "Take care of yourself, and you'll be back on your feet in no time." Alex nodded, his determination renewed. He was eager to leave the confines of the hospital behind and return to the comfort of home, where he could continue his recovery surrounded by familiar faces and familiar surroundings. As the doctor left the room, Alex and his mom shared a knowing smile, their bond stronger than ever in the face of adversity. Together, they would weather whatever challenges lay ahead, secure in the knowledge that they had each other's backs.